What if I told you that the daily walk you're proud of, the one you've stayed loyal to for years, might not be enough to truly protect your strength, balance, or brain health after 60? That can feel almost insulting at first, especially if you've worked hard to do the right thing. You've been told again and again that walking is the gold standard of healthy aging. And to be clear, walking is wonderful. It's good for your heart, your mood, your joints, and your overall health. But new research is painting a bigger picture. As we get older, it's not just about moving more. It's about what kind of movement we're doing. Walking alone doesn't fully train the muscles that pick you up from a chair, keep you steady on stairs, help you catch yourself if you trip, or support your spine when you twist, reach, and bend. That's where targeted, functional exercises come in, movements that directly train the exact muscles and systems you rely on to stay independent. The exciting part? These exercises don't have to be complicated, high impact, or time-consuming. In fact, a handful of very simple movements can outperform walking in key areas like leg strength, fall prevention, balance, and even cognitive function. Think of them not as replacements for walking, but as upgrades, small additions that make every step you take more secure and every day you live more confident. Whether you're 61 or 81, you deserve to feel strong, steady, and fully alive in your body. So let's walk through 5 powerful movements you can start using right away. They don't require a gym. They don't require special gear. They just require you, a little space, and a willingness to take your strength seriously. Let's begin at the top of your body and work our way down. Most people think upper body strength is something only young athletes or gym enthusiasts need. But after 60, your upper body becomes one of your greatest protectors. Think about how often you rely on your arms and chest without realizing it. Pushing yourself out of a chair, opening a heavy door, lifting a box, steadying yourself on a railing, catching your balance if you stumble. If your arms, shoulders, and chest are weak, all of those tasks become harder and your risk of falls and injuries goes up. Fortunately, you don't have to get on the floor and do traditional push-ups to fix that. One of the safest, most effective ways to build upper body strength after 60 is by using something already in your home, your kitchen counter. Imagine standing facing a sturdy countertop. You place your hands flat on it, about shoulder width apart. You walk your feet back until your body forms a straight line from your head to your heels, like a gentle diagonal plank. Your core tightens just enough to keep your back from sagging. From there, you slowly bend your elbows and lower your chest toward the counter. You pause for a moment, then press yourself back up. That's it, a counter push-up. By changing the angle, you reduce the load on your joints while still training your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Done consistently and slowly, this simple movement can dramatically improve the strength you use every day. You're not training for a fitness magazine cover, you're training to push yourself up from bed, to steady yourself when you trip, to keep your shoulders from rounding and your posture from collapsing. You might start with 6 to 8 repetitions, resting when you need to, and gradually work up to 10, 12, even 15. The slower you go, the more your muscles have to work and the safer the movement becomes. If it feels too hard at first, stand closer to the counter to reduce the angle. If you have active shoulder or wrist pain, check with your doctor or therapist and modify as needed. Next, let's focus on the front of your thighs, the muscles that quietly control almost every step you take. We tend to blame the feet, knees, or shoes when walking and stairs feel harder. But often, the real culprits are the quadriceps and hip flexors, the powerful muscles in the front of your thighs that help you straighten your knees and lift your legs. As these muscles weaken with age, getting up from a low seat, climbing stairs, and stepping over obstacles all become more challenging. There's a beautifully simple way to target these muscles without loading your joints: the straight leg raise. Picture yourself lying on your back on a firm bed or mat. One knee is bent, with the foot flat on the surface. The other leg is stretched out straight in front of you. Your hands can rest by your sides, and your lower back is gently pressed into the surface beneath you. From this position, you tighten the muscles on the front of your straight thigh, almost like you're pulling your kneecap slightly up toward your hip. Then, without jerking, you slowly lift that straight leg about a foot or so off the bed. You pause for a count of 3, feeling the effort in your thigh and core. Then you lower it back down just as slowly, keeping control the whole way. You repeat this movement a handful of times on one leg, then switch to the other. This simple exercise not only strengthens the front of your thigh, it also recruits your deep core stabilizers. When your quadriceps and hip flexors are stronger, walking feels smoother, stairs become more manageable, and getting in and out of chairs or cars feels less like a chore. Over time, many people notice their gait becomes quicker, more stable, and more confident. If lying down is uncomfortable, you can modify straight leg raises by performing a smaller version while seated, sitting tall, straightening one knee and lifting the foot slightly, holding briefly, and lowering with control. If you've had a recent hip replacement or significant lower back issues, make sure to ask your medical provider about the safest way to adapt this movement. Before we continue with the lower body, let's pause for a quick moment. If this is opening your eyes to how much more you can do beyond just walking and you want more surgeon-approved, joint-friendly exercises designed specifically for life after 60, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This channel is here to help you stay strong, steady, and independent with simple, doable routines, not extreme workouts. Subscribing means you won't miss the next set of tools to protect your body and brain. All right, let's talk about something many people quietly fear: stairs. For a lot of older adults, stairs start to feel like a test. Maybe your knees hurt when you climb them. Maybe your legs feel weak halfway up. Maybe your balance feels just a little off, and you automatically reach for the railing. The natural reaction is to avoid stairs whenever possible. Take the elevator, park closer, stay on one floor. It feels safer in the moment, but over time, it steals your confidence. The truth is, your body can be retrained to handle stairs with more strength and control. One of the best ways to do that is with a controlled step up. Imagine you're standing in front of a low step, maybe the bottom stair, a sturdy exercise step, or even a thick book stack if that's what you have. You place your right foot entirely on the step, making sure it's stable. From there, you press down through your right heel and slowly lift your body up, bringing your left foot onto the step beside the right. Then you step back down with control. Left foot first, then right, returning to the ground. You repeat this movement several times with the same lead leg, then switch and let the other leg be the leader. This movement mimics what your body does every time you step onto a curb, climb stairs, or get into a vehicle. It trains your glutes, quadriceps, calves, and core together in a way that walking on flat ground simply doesn't. It also teaches your brain and body to coordinate balance, power, and control in one clean action. You can hold onto a nearby railing, counter, or chair for extra stability. You can start with a very low step height and fewer repetitions, maybe 4 to 6 per leg, and then gradually progress as things feel easier. If you've had knee surgery or significant joint pain, using a lower height and moving very slowly is essential, and working with a physical therapist can help you find the perfect version for your situation. Now let's tackle one of the biggest complaints I hear from people over 60. Standing up is getting harder. You might notice it when you get out of a low chair, rise from a couch, or stand up after you've been sitting for a long time. It can feel like your legs are arguing with you. That slow fade in leg strength doesn't just affect your mobility, it can quietly chip away at your confidence. One of the best exercises to directly address this is the wall sit. Picture standing with your back against a wall. Your feet are about a step out from the wall, hip width apart. From there, you slowly slide your back down the wall as if you're lowering yourself into an invisible chair. You stop when your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor or higher if that feels more comfortable. Your knees are over, your ankles are slightly behind, not pushed forward past your toes. Your back stays in contact with the wall and your chest stays gently lifted. Then you simply hold. At first, 10 or 15 seconds might feel challenging. That's all right. Over time, you work your way toward 30 seconds, then 45, then a minute. While you're holding the position, your quadriceps, glutes, and core are all working steadily to support you. This isn't, look at me, gym strength. This is practical, real-world strength, the strength to sit, stand, carry, and control your own body weight. Wall sits also have an interesting effect on the brain. When you focus on breathing steadily and holding your posture, you're training your mind to stay calm under effort. For people with knee discomfort, limiting the depth of the slide and keeping the hold short at first can make this movement far more accessible. Never hold your breath. Instead, inhale and exhale slowly, letting your breath anchor you. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, severe knee arthritis, or have been told to avoid static holds, talk with your doctor before practicing this exercise, or modify it with less bend and shorter holds. Now there's one more piece we need to add to complete the picture: your core and your brain. We often think of core exercises as something you do for a flatter stomach or stronger abs, but after 60, your core is about so much more. It's about stabilizing your spine, keeping your posture upright, supporting every step you take, and helping your brain coordinate cross-body movements that keep you sharp and balanced. One of the best movements to address all of this at once is a funny-looking but incredibly powerful exercise often called the dead bug. Imagine lying on your back on a comfortable surface. You bring your arms straight up toward the ceiling, as if you're reaching above your chest. Then you lift your legs so your knees are bent at about 90 degrees, with your shins parallel to the floor. You look a bit like a beetle resting on its back. From this position, you slowly lower your right arm behind your head while simultaneously straightening and lowering your left leg toward the floor. You only go as far as you can while keeping your lower back gently pressed toward the mat. Then you bring the arm and leg back to the starting position and repeat on the opposite side. Left arm, right leg. All the while, your core is engaged, your breath is steady, and the movement is controlled, not rushed. This kind of crossbody pattern forces both sides of your brain to communicate and coordinate. It trains deep, stabilizing muscles around your spine and pelvis, which helps protect your back and improve your balance. It also encourages your nervous system to manage complex movements, a crucial skill for preventing falls and staying mentally sharp. If the full version feels too difficult, you can simplify it. Move just your arms while your legs stay in place, or just your legs while your arms remain still. What matters most is that your movements are slow and your core is gently engaged, not that you reach the floor or go through a huge range of motion. Now, as we step back and look at these 5 exercises together, counter push-ups, straight leg raises, step-ups, wall sits, and the dead bug, you can see that each one targets a different pillar of independence. The counter push-up helps you push, reach, and support yourself with strength. The straight leg raise rebuilds the muscles that drive each step. The step-up retrains you for stairs, curbs, and real-world challenges. The wall sit deepens your lower body endurance for standing and rising. The dead bug connects your core and brain so your movements stay coordinated and controlled. Walking is still valuable. It's still worth doing. But on its own, it can leave gaps, especially in the muscles and systems that protect you from falls, support your brain, and preserve your ability to live on your own terms. These 5 movements are not about chasing perfection or turning you into an athlete. They're about reclaiming the strength to stand up without fear, the confidence to climb a flight of stairs, the balance to walk across a parking lot at night, and the resilience to keep moving as the years go by. You don't need to do all of them every day. You don't need a perfect schedule. You just need to start. Maybe today, you try counter push-ups at the kitchen counter. Tomorrow, you add a few straight leg raises. Later this week, you experiment with a short set of step-ups or a brief wall sit. As your body adapts, you can slowly increase the time, the number of repetitions, or the variety of exercises. Progress, not perfection, that's the rule. And remember this, you're not too old. You're not behind. You might simply be undertrained in the muscles and patterns that matter most for aging well. The good news is that your body, even now, is remarkably adaptable. It responds to what you consistently ask it to do. So here's your invitation. Pick one of these exercises and try it today. Just one. Then come back and let me know in the comments, what's one movement you'd love to improve this year? Is it getting up more easily? Climbing stairs? Feeling steadier on your feet? I read those messages because this isn't just content, it's a community. We rise together, one careful, intentional rep at a time. You are not here to fade quietly. You are here to grow stronger inside and out as the years go by. And these movements are a powerful way to begin.